Welcome back, traders. Second portion of our show with the good Greek news over there. We'll start out with NBG, the National Bank of Greece.
National Bank of Greece is getting a good lift here on the news of the Greek deal, Joel. It's approaching that $4 resistance area that it traded up to there a few days ago. $3.90 in the pre-market trading at right now. This thing has had a great run, though. If we look at where it's come from, if you look back to November, this thing was going under 50 cents because they thought it was going under. Then it got the pop, and now actually it traded back down to $1.50 earlier this year, and now trading almost $4, Joel.
Yeah, this $4 looks huge on this, Dennis. Basically, three tops coming in there into play last week: 3.99, 4, and 4.10. So there's definitely been a lid on this stock at $4. If you go back and you look at September 2, when the news was just starting to come out about this, it peaked at 4.14. So I think you're running some nether resistance at that level. And above that 414, Dennis, things open up a little bit, perhaps to the 450 area.
There's so many other European banks moving on this news. They were selling off on Friday, but they're rallying today. Stocks like Deutsche Bank getting back quite a bit, 44.98, so basically getting back half of the move that it lost there on Friday. ING is another one that's actually getting back a little bit of what it lost on Friday there as well, trading at 8.81 right now. So what do you think of these couple of European banks there, Joel?
These yo-yo banks, well, we always are talking within the context of the show of, the sell-off to the October lows and then the subsequent recoveries. Well, the recovery high in this Deutsche Bank has been $48, $47.95 to be exact. So I will look for, we're quite a ways from that now. You probably have a little bit of trouble here at $46.95 to $47, but major resistance in those areas for this stock to break out of the range, and it's been holding since October. ING was bouncing around last week. I think they had earnings, didn't they, Dennis?
Yeah, I think they did, Joe. Barclays had earnings. I don't know if ING did or not, too.
Yeah, held this 850 level here. Really don't see much at this magical $9 level. You're running into a low from Thursday at 908, so that should be your resistance. Going to Barclays, that issue is one of the only issues that has broke out well above its October highs after. So 14's major support in this, coming up on the upside. Let's look at last week's high is 1523 as a stopping point, and then things open up after that until looks like the 1570 level. Credit Suisse, looking at that within the context of the sell-off and where it's at above October highs. This one has a ways to go, Dennis. This one had a recovery high around the $32 level and has been stymied in its attempt to rally. Major resistance stands at 28 in the Credit Suisse.
Yeah, all these European banks getting a little bit of a lift, but your U.S. financials are lifting here too, Joel, on this news. We got stocks like Citigroup here trading up at 33.61 right now after closing 32.92. A few days ago, it kind of fell toppy, and it did in the pre-market. This $35 was huge on Citigroup, and then it just fell straight off almost $3 from that point. Getting a bounce back today to this 33.60 area. I just feel like in some of these financials, though, like this is going to be that rally where they bounce back, but they don't hold on, and then at the end of the day, CNBC's analyzing, well, what happened? Why didn't they hold on? And it's like I don't know what the catalyst is going forward here, because we're coming out of earnings season, so I don't see an overall catalyst to keep driving these things up from earnings season. A Greek deal is supposedly done, so I don't see that driving it higher. And we know these Greek deals, it's done, it's not done. So if it comes out tomorrow and there's problems with it, we probably sell off for sure. So I just don't see the reason why they're going to continue to come in and buy. I almost feel like this could be the open, where they open at the highs and then they start to fall back off. What do you think, Joel?
Look at. It's trading above yesterday's high by 40 cents, so I'd use this 33.20 level as a swing number, try and hang in alongside. If in fact it sneaks below 33.20, I'd look for it to come back down and test the close. This week is way up there at 34.74. It's got a ways to go. I don't see it getting to that level today. But use this 33.20 as a swing number in the C. As far as Bank America goes, it's just trying to lumber its way up to 850, trading at 826 in the pre-market. The 835 has been the high of the mood, so I imagine from 835 to 850 would be major resistance. And then coming back on the downside, you'll find support at 812, which was yesterday's high. And then finally, I've been looking at this chart over the last couple days. This Goldman Sachs, Dennis, man, oh man, oh man, is there someone stepping in this thing at 117.50 to 117.60? It's topped out a few times in that area. Goldman is not quite getting to bounce up to those highs, but until this thing can break out above 117.50, it looks like it could be traveling back down to this 105 area.
Yeah, and it's had a great move too. Like this year, this thing was $90 at the beginning of the year, up to 117, and probably just baking in a lot of this is, that they know this Greek deal is probably going to get done. It does finally get done. You almost wonder if a lot of these moves, and the earnings were pretty decent overall in a lot of these financials too. I think they were expecting them to be a little worse than they were, but we've had such a nice run already. It's like I just don't see this stock continuing going up another 20% from here. At least without doing some type of consolidation first. So I agree with you, Joel. I think these rallies are to be sold on some of these financials. Moving on, though, it's not all financial news, almost all of it is, but Diebold DBD reported here earnings just a few minutes ago. The stock is really getting a lift off of it. 38.80 it's trading right now. It's actually bid up there. 34.75 is where it closed. So this stock is absolutely taking off in the pre-market here, Joel. Just bringing up a longer-term chart here because if we look at the 52-week high, it's 37.12, so it's trading well above that as well. So if it's to pull back, that might be a good swing number to use. What do you think on DBD?
Well, I tell you what I've been noticing, especially last week, is when these stocks come out with earnings and they're good earnings and they open up quite a bit. They haven't been shorts, Dennis. They've LinkedIn was a good example on Friday. I mean, if you thought you were safe, shorting that thing up 5 or 6, got your your head handed to you. So I'd look for this thing, perhaps to hit $40 today, Dennis. That's a real big number. Going back on the monthlies, 39.71 and 81 were some highs that we had back in August and September of '08. So what do they do? Is this a car part company, or they make?
It's hardware. It's some type of hardware. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know all the details. We're not fundamentalists, Joel. We're technical analysts.
I thought they make safes or something. But anyway, also just keep a note, folks. If this thing does break below 38.50 here, you don't have a lot of coverage to help you out as far as support goes.
Another stock that has just been flying this year is REGN. The pharmaceutical company Regeneron is up, trading at 113 right now, a 112.5. It was trading up over almost to one. Well, maybe Joel can give you that high. I don't have it in front of my screen, but I think it was trading over 117 this morning. This stock was about $58 at the beginning of the year, so it's basically doubled here in the last month and a half. Joel, what do you think on this one?
118.47.
118.47 it got to. Hey, wow.
Yeah. Get your order in at 118.45. You don't want to miss it. It hit that. I don't know. Did they get a good drug approval or something?
It's earnings. It's just earnings. So
Jesus Murphy.
Yeah.
118.47 is what it hit in the pre-market. Pretty euphoric high there. After that, it been steadily making lower highs. 117 I would call a reasonable stopping point. Since the sell-off, the stock it's hitting that high. The lowest it's got is 109.77. So call 110 support. Below 110, you could come back down all the way to the 105 area. But This is a wild one. I don't know if it's time to step in front of it yet.
Another wild child there, Joel. So, overall take today, what my take is, in my opinion, is I think this is a rally, and the financials are all getting this strong relief rally that, oh, the Greek deal's done. But I really think I don't see the catalyst going forward, and I see, potential problems that the deal doesn't get done, because that seems to be what happens every other day. So I think, this is a rally to be sold in the financials, in my opinion. And I think, it wouldn't surprise me if these financials actually didn't even hold up today and some of them ended up negative on the day. But that's a bold call on my part. We'll see how that works out, and you can call me out on it tomorrow. What do you think on the overall market here, Joel?
Last week's high, missing it by half a point here, 1352 and a quarter. Keep an eye on that area as major resistance. We're coming back almost down to our mid-range area, Dennis. So if we don't hold right into this 1348 area, I look for us to back and fill and perhaps get back down to the close. Well, that's our show for today, folks. I hope we gave you some good ammo for your trading day. We'll be back with you tomorrow.